First off, I want to say Happy Tuesday. It is 2/22/22, and it happens to fall on Tuesday, the day of the week. So phonetically, it's spelled slightly different, but fun little tidbit about the date of today. And I'll also be starting my engineering job today. So I have moved down here to Illinois. This is the apartment behind me, so I'll be here for a little while. What that means for the channel is the videos from here on out, for the most part, will be hosted, produced in this location. I've got a couple more that I had recorded that have not gone out yet, so keep an eye out for those. But at this point, I moved out of the workshop. Most of the collection stayed in Iowa, kind of in long-term storage, so that's back there. In a second here, we're going to take a look at what I do bring with me, what I'll hopefully be working on going forward. What I wanted to do was kind of get an idea, a feel for the space, what I can do with that in terms of bringing in sorted collection or unsorted, and then also kind of the scheduling, like how much free time I'm going to have to work on this stuff, and what I'll be wanting to do in terms of that breakdown. So maybe take a month or so to figure out how that's going to look, and then I'll have a better idea going forward what kind of schedule in terms of production, Brick System Brothers, in terms of mock building, and what I've been doing on the Lego side as well. Whatever that ends up being, it will probably look quite a bit different from what's been going on the channel for the past year or so. Going back a year to 2021, about this time of the year, I was in Michigan doing something similar in terms of kind of had a change in channel topic. So I started doing a little bit more on the digital side of things, working with studio, digital building. I started looking at what could be done with some of the data on Brickset and Rebrickable. So topics like that, I might end up doing again, putting that more in focus if I find that the amount of Lego that's here is not enough to generate what I want to do for the channel. So kind of finding a balance between those two things, those two sides of what Lego is for me as a hobby, which is all been done on the channel before in different capacities. So moving forward, hoping that things won't be too different, but there is going to be a bit of a change. So yeah, I'm here in Illinois. It's about 2 hours south of Chicago, so I'm not necessarily like any closer to Lego stores than I was in Iowa, but the stores that I'm around, at least a few hours away from, are different than what they were before. And then there's also over to Indianapolis, up to Chicago, there's more. There's like 4 or 5 Lego stores in Chicago, I think. So there's more options than there were before. Where was the closest Bricks and Minifigs? Might be a little further away, but in Iowa that was a 2-hour drive. So in terms of traveling to actually shop and buy Lego, not necessarily any closer than what I was before, but the options are different, the surroundings are different. I'll have to get out and see what there is to find. Also, in terms of having things shipped here from eBay, like bulk lots, I'm not sure how packages will be here at the apartment, so the mail is a little bit different. I don't have a great place to receive packages if I'm not home. So I want to get a feel for that as well before I keep going with the eBay hauling. And if I end up getting maybe a P.O. box set up, and that's a good place for packages, that could actually be something that I have for channel mail, and look at doing that in the future as well. Again, all of that something I want to be working on over the next month or so. So I did want to show you guys what I do have, what I did bring for Lego to work with here, since I did not bring the entire collection. So during January, I put a little more focus on the cleaning side, and I did quite a bit of sorting as well, but for the most part I was trying to get everything I had in loose bulk cleaned and ready to sort. And so what I ended up doing is packing pretty much everything that hasn't been sorted but is clean, which was just about all of the bulk stuff that I had on deck to work with. So these two kind of tubs here, mostly unsorted. I've been through a lot of this already for bricks. So there's maybe a lower percentage of bricks than you would find in a random mix of Lego. Just due to the fact that I started working through that before I packed it up. But yeah, some bricks and plates are maybe not as plentiful in this mix, but everything else in here, there should be a pretty good representation of that. So I've got a couple of the Stairlight bins. Thinking I'll probably sort into main groups, main categories from here, and then just have that to work with, instead of getting that all the way down like I have in the workshop into Acro Mills. I'll just have maybe a bin of plates, a bin of bricks, slopes, and some of the main groups, like I do with my multi-stage process. It'd just be going through one stage instead of all the way down. So that's what I'm going to have to get started, and that'll give me something to work with, both in terms of, you know, actually having pieces on hand if I want to build something, even though it's not the entire collection, and also getting this sorted at the same time, if not all the way down, at least into categories. So yeah, working with a little bit of the collection here, nothing close to what I probably could have brought. Now that I'm moved in and kind of looking around, I think there is room for more here, but I do want to figure out, you know, how much time I'll actually have to work with this, because it's going to be different than what has been going on recently. I've actually been putting out quite a few videos. I've been able to be more flexible, and that is going to be changing now with a new work schedule. And of course I did have to bring the color chart, and hopefully we'll be making progress on this little by little as time allows. In fact, I think there's one color that I have not had before in this bag behind me here. I was in St. Louis recently and stopped at the Lego store, and there is also a reseller. It's not Bricks and Minifigs, it's kind of an independent reseller in St. Louis. So I stopped at two places to get some Lego. So a little sneak peek of that. I grabbed, I have a very short clip of the pad wall. Actually, I'll just put that up here, and you can take a look and see some of the stuff that was on there. I'll probably put this in the video about the cup that I got, the small pad cup. So I'll do a haul for that. And then I also have a lot more just in the store footage of this store. So I'll save that for a different video, but that was a good trip. Like I said, new color possibly will be added to this color chart very soon here, as we bring February to a close in not too long. I'll have more to say, not too much more, because I think I covered most of it here, but February footnotes, I'll recap this again, get back in terms of if I forgot anything to mention here. I'll try to put it in the February footnotes in about a week. So keep an eye out for those. And then we're into March 2022. So again, happy Tuesday, everybody. And I will see you soon with some of this content here on Brick System Brothers.